before we get into everything, I just want to say thank you so much for being part of this panel. And I think this is a really special one because, as RuPaul always says, as LGBTQ people, we get to choose our family. And so what's better than drag mothers and daughters and drag families to show us what unconditional love means, and that's what we're celebrating today. So thank you, ladies, so much. All right, so I want to start by going down the panel and having all of our gorgeous queens introduce themselves and tell us their favorite memory with their drag mother or daughter. So we're gonna start with Pam Alexis Mateo.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Thank you for coming to our panel. This is a crazy year for me because one of my best friends, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Go ahead, love.
Look what the fuck y'all did to my mama. That was me the first episode. Y'all saw me crying, bitch. That was me. You saw. Now you see why. I'm Miss Vanjie, Vanessa Vanjie Mateo.
Hold on.
A beautiful product of my lovely mother and the Mateo Empire. Bitch. Now, well, fuck, I had another memory, but this is my favorite memory, motherfuckers. Fuck that shit. I love my mommy.
You guys get to meet Vanessa, but I got to meet Jose first. And Jose was an amazing friend, one of my best friends ever. He started as my backup dancer for competitions, then we started touring together, then he became my friend, then he became my roommate, then he left, went to live with a boyfriend, didn't work out, came back home crying. It has been an incredible journey, and then one day I woke up and she was a fucking superstar, bitch. So I'm so excited. I was looking at him today. Listen to me. This lovely lady next to me, classic beauty. And it has been an amazing journey. So very proud of her. Make some noise for Miss Vanjie, bitches.
I love her.
Well, I wish Lanisha would be here. I guess she got stuck in the bus. But
yes.
what I can tell you is a very fun memory of Lanisha. Originally, girl, she's always been trade, just so you know. Not my trade, but hey, at least for a time, I think, I remember the times where MSN, ICQ, MySpace, you know, those good old days. Bitch used to stalk me on Messenger. Like, what do you do? What are your wigs? I remember blocking her, ignoring her. But bitch was persistent. And she was like, can I create a MySpace for you? You're like so outdated. Like, what do I need MySpace for? Bitch made a MySpace for me, and that kind of gave her the keys to be like, okay, who are you? And right now, from the Who Are You, I was doing a amateur competition in Puerto Rico, and she actually started working on it, and she won the very first time she participated. I really wish she could be here so I could tell her to her face how talented she is.
Yeah, she is.
I really love that bitch.
Is it my turn?
Yes, honey.
Hey, Henny. Everybody say it. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Henny. Yes, God. I'm Stacy Layne Matthews, and this is my drag daughter, Thundora Thighs Matthews.
Yeah!
We started talking online a few years ago, and before she's the size she is now, she was bigger than I was, but luckily she was able to have weight loss surgery, so now I'm the fat one, so. But I found someone, I was always looking for that one person that I could go to the Chinese buffet with, bitch. Because, you know, I was always hanging out with skinny bitches because they couldn't handle it, honey. You would go and you would eat, like, you know, get your fill, and they would eat one plate, so you would always live feeling like, what the fuck, I'm fat as shit. But then I met this bitch, and she could keep up, so I was like, this is my bitch. But yeah, I met her, I said, okay. She became my drag daughter, and she's very accomplished in North Carolina. And we're trying to get to see her on a national and international level. So make some noise for Thundora.
Give it up for Thundora.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey. Honey, I'm Thundora Thighs Matthews, honey, because I've got these thunderous thighs. Honey, let me tell you about this bitch. She found me at a bus stop when I was 3.
Wait!
Yeah, I think my best memory probably to this day, well, I can't tell you a lot of them because we probably get arrested, but...
You, please spill. This is about
probably
spill.
yesterday when we got a lift from the convention center back to the room, and it was a Ford Fiesta. And we had to get in the back of it, and I was like, God damn, girl, is that your titty, my titty? Honey, it was like Golden Corral, the yeast rolls back there, honey. I said, give me some honey spread. I'm about to go to town. Yes. Thank you, guys.
I love it. Well, I wanted to start for the couple of people that in the audience who are looking for a drag mom. If you could give any advice about how does that happen?
I don't know. I just kidding. Well, for me, because I'm as a boy, I'm so shy and reserved. It had to be a connection in another level than just going to a bar and tell me, oh, I admire you. I would love to be your drag daughter. I don't want you to pick me as the mother. You know, I want to pick you as my daughter because that's what happens with you. With Vanessa, and I tell her first, you're gonna be my best girl ever. And he said, I would never do drag. And I won, bitch. I won. Look at it. She wanted to. She used to practice at home her makeup, and she never wanted to like shave her gold teeth. So she used to send me pictures like this.
Girl, like this.
It was like, you doing good. How about the rest of the face? It's like, I don't want to shave yet. It was very like that, and I got. The reason why I pick my drag family is because they're people so close to me that I get to see their potential first before I get to see. Because I have an issue with people, especially in the platform that we are right now, that we are so accessible for you guys to come and tell us how inspired you are by us, but I don't get to do that with other people, you know what I mean? So getting quiet and listening and observing them, I get to pick my drag family. Also, some of my kids are right here. Jeffrey Kelly, All-American Gent is right here. Genevieve Mateo is here, and also Mr. Gay US of A, Dion Kelly. They're all here. They're part of my family that I call the Mateo Empire, and I think it's so important for me to pass my legacy and the art form that I love to a future generation. So you see this, Miss Vanjie, that bitch walked backwards 3 times and say her name. I mean, I don't know. They all in different shapes, flavors, and craziness, but we love them.
Well, for the children out there that's looking for a mama, and if you're trying to get adopted, for me, it kind of happened just naturally. Like I wasn't even anticipating getting into drag. Then I did a little talent show, and she kind of took me under her wing, and then it's natural for me. Like I wasn't like, girl, like that type of thing. Like
it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
it just doesn't happen.
It just happened naturally.
Just something. I would love you to have a drag daughter. That way, I have an excuse to call Alexis grandma.
I got my tube top burned and everything else. I don't have children. I'm just a baby.
Honey, you better bake those cookies in the oven.
Easy bake, bitch.
Well, I'm more like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Touch it. So I believe in friendship first and foremost, because when you have a drag daughter and like a real drag daughter, there's a certain investment you have to do. Yep. Investment in time, investment sometimes in money. I've invested in some of my drag daughters. Don't push it. I invest in some of them, but it's most of a friendship because you care and you believe in someone and you want them to succeed in the future. Yeah. So at least with particular case with Lanisha, I saw her with a big potential, and I was like, bitch, you're gonna be somebody one day.
Big potential.
That, honey, that too.
Can I tell you?
I haven't seen, but I've heard.
Can I tell you a story about Lanisha?
Oh my God, she's gonna tell me a story about Lanisha. I really want to hear that.
So we were in Columbus, Ohio together, and we were in our hotel. She was in her room, and I was on Grindr. And so I saw this profile. I was like, "Ooh, hey, daddy, what's up?" And she was like, "Sis." She was like,
"This is trade."
It's me, sis. I was like, "Girl." Damn.
Do you block her?
No, girl.
Oh,
I think she blocked me, bitch. She blocked me. But anyway, like the girls were saying, us being on Drag Race, we kind of get messages all the time. I'm pretty sure you guys get messages. Can you be my drag daughter? Can you be my drag mother? Here's my number. Give me a call. Let's get it going. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way, because you have to, like they said, you have to build a relationship, and you have to have respect for this person.
It's a friendship that evolves into more of a working relationship, because eventually you're friends first, but then you become colleagues because you're both doing the same thing, right?
Because you have to set an example, right? Because your drag mother sets an example, and you have to follow that, and then because you're a representation of that.
My one advice to my drag daughter: never follow my example.
Well, on that note, though, let's talk about the do's and don'ts of being a good drag mom and a good drag daughter.
Do's, I would say, when you get drag kids, you kind of have to let them create their own style and stuff. Because my drag daughter, she likes to be more dramatic with her makeup, and that's not me. But I decided, I'm going to let this bitch...
We didn't notice.
If she wants to be the Burger Queen, she can be the Burger Queen, honey. But I let her explore and do... She come on stage with no wig on, bald as looking like a gumball, honey. But yeah, I just say let them do what they want, honey, as long as they keep it classy and, not make you look bad. I feel like, just let them be who they are.
It's very important with me and my drag kids to have a level of respect for each other. We all gonna be different, You're gonna pick your own style, and you're gonna go and do the things that you wanna do. But sometimes in the house, people don't get to see this part, but I hope so. So if anybody have cameras and want to follow us around, let me know.
Let's see a show about the Mateo Empire.
The Mateo Empire are crazy. They're all crazy. But when we are backstage and we all fighting and it's an argument and everything, when I talk, I know they respect me. And they're all quiet, and there's no more arguments after that, So I get hold in a standard of respect with them, and I do that for them as well, because they have to be in the right place and to pick who they are, and I support them in everything. I mean, this one and I has a long story, but every time that we fight and everything, and I can tell she listens to me and she respects me. So I adore that from you, Vanessa.
Bitch, listen, I will be. Hold on, mama. I will be stubborn. I'll be like, wow, nah. And then in my back of my head, I'm like, well, I know she's right. So So then you have to listen to your mama, because they're just looking out for you, for the kids out there. Oh no, we got another kid. What about you, Mom? Let the kids speak. The kids need to talk too. We got something to say.
Honey, it's hard to get a word in edgewise.
Always have something to say.
And he's the loudest people, honey. When you go on TV, you just become loud, girl. It just happens. So we actually became friends before we were actually family, and it was a hard time in my life because I was outed to my parents, and they told them I was gay, I was a drag queen, so it was like a level of respect there. She filled in the place that my real mother kind of like abandoned me at the time. And us having so much in common, that was one thing. But I think having respect for your drag family and your drag mother, and knowing that you don't spend more than a week with them. I'm ready to go, bitch. I'm ready to go, honey. I got a rubber back. Scrape her feet. I'm just kidding. But honey, you just respect everybody in the drag scene. But you know what? I'm a representation of her, and I know that if I come out looking a mess and a picture gets tagged with her in it, I'm gonna die. Or at least my career will.
She gonna read you.
I think one of the most moving moments of episode 1 from season 10 was seeing Ms. Vanjie, how important it was for you for Alexis to be proud, and how you shared a message with her in the episode. What was it like watching it together, and how did you feel, Alexis? And just tell me a little bit more about that moment, because I think it's something we all really connected with.
That's a setup question. It
is. Yep. Let the kids speak. Come on.
Let the children be our future.
You guys don't know, because we everybody is here in a different situation than us. You know what I mean? Like, I trade my best friend for Drag Race, and it has been difficult for all of us, and my kids are here too. The reason why we're in DragCon is because she made it on the show, and I wanted to see her her experience on this, and it has been so exciting. And even you guys don't know this, but his real mom is here too, supporting him, selling T-shirts.
Let's give her a round of applause.
It is. Don't cry, cause then I cry, bitch. Okay, so in reality, I knew what was gonna happen because the bitch told me as soon as she got home. Now, before
I hide for the whole month.
Well, the reason is like we were sewing for her every night for her to be prepared for the show. But I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram or but I host this annual Barbie pageant in my house every year, and this bitch never finished her dolls because he never creates on his head fast enough to beat the rest of the Barbies, you know? So I was worried about her Vanessa's creative part, and I told her, you know, I said, if you pass first episode, you're gonna be fierce, bitch. And I keep saying it, you know, like, if it's the first challenge is creating something, you're going home, bitch. I'm telling you, like, and she knows. And it was like consistent in my head. I was like, please God, don't make it be like a makeup challenge or like making garbage couture or something like that. Because the bitch, the personality is gorgeous. He's an amazing actor and dancer. But when it comes to creating something, the bitch look at that hot glue gun like clueless for real. So she left Monday and she came back home and she said when she got home, girl, I got the boot the first episode.
Miss Vanjie.
And I said, my husband said, no, you lie. And I said, I was quiet. I said, oh, bitch, she did it. And I said, oh my God. My question was like, did you use my last name? But
I told y'all. Bitch, I was listen, first of all, I'm not the most, you know, I don't like to do too much. I'll be like, oh girl, I'm not about to be working with all the 99 cent. I like to be Mariah Carey, not Ariana Grande. But the originator. No, I'm joking, but, which I love Ariana Grande, no tea. But, girl, and I was like proud of myself because actually, when she did tell me that, like, it stuck with me. So when I got there, I was like, bitch, if you start something, just keep gluing, bitch. Keep gluing, keep gluing. That's why when they cut to me, I was like, what are you doing? Bitch, I'm putting these flowers on here. And I'm about to hit the runway. What you mean? And I said, I'm about to sell it. I can't be the worst. And I was looking around. I saw some worse. You know, I was going off of what I was looking. I saw a sponge. It didn't have that much, listen, and I love you, sis, but you didn't have that much shape neither. And the money dress, it was not my favorite neither. So I was like, and it was struggling. So, and I was one of the first ones done, believe it or not. Well, yeah, I was gluing like a crazy bitch. And then, yeah, I got the boot. And I said, Miss Vanjie going backwards 3 times. And I sit here before you, crazy as hell. Bitch, I was embarrassed.
I've always had a question for you, and this is the first thing that went through my head. Did you plan to do it that way back?
Let me set the record straight.
Please. Plan it?
Let me tell you something. First of all, the whole show, I prepared from the first runway, all the challenges, what I'm doing, I planned everything. I did not plan on no mirror message. Because in my head, I was not going home. So I was like, I'm not writing no mirror message. I don't need to plan it. And I did not plan my exit because that was not going home neither. Damn. So I didn't plan that. So I got to the end of the runway, and I was looking at Christina and RuPaul, and I was like, I don't know what to say. So I started saying Miss Vanjie because I was like, bitch, I don't know. And it's my name. I was like, I don't know.
I think we need to have a collective group moment. Everyone get out your phones. I know that we all just can't say it enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 3, 2, 1, and I want people to scream Miss Vanjie as loud as you're feeling it, and then we're gonna go into audience questions, all right? So 3, 2, 1.
Miss Vanjie! Where's RuPaul? Let's make her laugh. Say Miss Vanjie.
All right, I would love to open it up to audience questions. Who's gonna be our first question? Come on up.
Hello. Hey. Hi. I'm from Mount San Antonio College here in Southern California, and I run a Latino-based publication called Somos.
Yeah.
And so specifically, my question is for queens of color, more specifically to my Latina queens. How important was it for you guys to represent within the mainstream now, Latin queens and queens of color as well? God, am I making sense? Yeah, how important was it for you guys to reach the heights of what is RuPaul's Drag Race in the mainstream drag world and to be queens of color? And have you seen people come up to you and tell you how important your representation is?
Any Latinos in the house? Eso! Mi gente latina, qué rico. Siempre es una felicidad poder estar con familia, se sabe. Mucho, mucho. So, for Madame LaQueer, and for those of you that don't know, Vanessa is Puerto Rican as well, everybody. So, it has been an amazing experience for me personally to be part of my Latino culture and represent them. You know, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and I moved to Orlando, Florida when I was already after college. So, it was always a great pleasure for me. Latinos are so jealous. We stick together, and you can with us, bitch, hands down. It is what it is. That's how we are. But it's important for us to have each other, you know. And it has been a great part of my career, my entire career, before and after RuPaul's Drag Race, to be part of my Latino community. And now that Vanessa is traveling the entire world, I know she's gonna experience that as well. Because it's so special for us when somebody comes to you and speak in your Spanish language, because we connect in another level. And it's just like home. It hits home really quick. So we're so excited about that. RuPaul's Drag Race has done magnificent with the entire representation of Latin queens. And I am very upset that Puerto Rican queen haven't won yet, bitch. Because let me tell you one thing. It has been lots of us with a lot of flavor to win that crown. Many times there in the top 3 and even in the top 2 with Nina Flowers. And I haven't seen it yet, but it probably very soon coming in, okay? So imagine, Madame, what do you think?
There's a couple of us Puerto Rican queens that have a photo shoot with a Puerto Rican flag brassiere in rhinestones. And mine, it's not that we planned it, it's not like we shared the bra or anything like that. We all the bras came to us in different ways. And I remember that I was seeing Yara and Jessica from previous season like doing that photo shoot. Like, I want to be part of that. And I told a friend of mine that he has a hobby. He loves his crafts. So all of a sudden he surprises me. Here's a Puerto Rican flag, bras. I was like, oh. Yeah. That's for the photo shoot. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is that even though if it's through an item or through words or through communication, we like being together. We like to feel there's unity between us, if that makes any sense.
Yes, I love it.
And Stacy Layne, on that note, I want to ask you what it was like for you representing your hometown, because a lot of the queens that go on Drag Race are from big cities or they're from markets that have a lot of clubs that have a variety of drag queens. And so what kind of messages did you get and how did that feel for you to represent?
Yeah, well, I'm a part of the Lumbee tribe, which is a Native American tribe in North Carolina. So yeah. Yes, I'm just one without a tan, honey. But I come from a small town. A lot of people don't get to experience things like we do. So when I would get on TV and get on Drag Race, I was traveling, and a lot of my family were kind of living through my eyes because they never get to travel the world. So I would always go out of town, come back, and then we would all get together, eat, and I would give them the experiences that I received. And I think it's amazing that someone who comes from such a small town was given such an amazing opportunity. So I kind of try to share that with everybody.
You deserved it, Stacy.
Thank you, baby.
Can I just say something real quick? I know Alexis had mentioned that she doesn't really get to I know she gets to hear a lot of the praise and everything, but I just want to tell you, as an ally and as a Latina and as a woman of color, you guys have influenced, taking my journalism hat off, you guys have influenced a lot of my friends, and I've been following since season 1, and like Nina Flowers and everyone, and BB Zahara. I just really proud to have so much representation from Native American to African American to Asian to Latinas, and estoy muy agradecida de ustedes especialmente. So thank you so much.
Un abrazo, mami, gracias.
love you all. I love the representation. It matters. Thank you. Question for Alexis and Vanjie. Okay, you're saying that at first you're hesitant, you didn't want to do drag. At what point did you decide, okay, I'm gonna try it? And when you did try it, please tell us, what was it like for you the first time you tried it?
Girl, let me tell you, because I still do the songs to this day. Listen, since they say never mind. Okay. So what happened was, we finished the rehearsal for Alexis. Well, I was dancing we were dancing for somebody. We had so many friends we was dancing for. We were at Alexis' house. We finished our dance rehearsal. And she's like, girl, they're having this talent show down the street for like $500. And it was me and my other friend, Tykees. Shout out. And I was like, they're like, one of y'all should do it. There's nobody gonna enter, bitch. It's easy money. And I was like, I could use the money. And I told my friend, I was like, if you do it, I'll do it. Thinking, because I'm like, he's more butch than me. He's not gonna do it. Well, I was thinking in my head. So I was like, he's not gonna do it. Next 5 minutes later, he was shaved, getting foundation on. I was sitting in the chair trying to figure out what song we were about to do. I did Anaconda.
Yes.
Yeah. And then after that, bitch, I was like I didn't want to, I was like, ooh, I got bit by the bug. And I was like, bitch, because, at first I was trying to act timid. I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. My anaconda, boo. My anaconda, boo. And I said, that shit. Bitch, I got my life. And I was like, can I do another one? And I started driving from Orlando to Tampa every other weekend to do talent shows. Bitch, it was a done deal.
My name is Maria, and I'm from Hawaii. And I'm a photojournalist, too. And I'm doing a project on drag families and the evolution of it back home. And I've been documenting for the past year. And I know that back home, it's the meaning of drag families have changed over the generations. Do you think that it's still strong where you guys are?
Especially when I first started, it was very much like the people that I would talk to, it was more like, what could you do for me? Whereas when I approached Stacy and we became friends, and she's never asked anything from me in any type of way, or I've never asked anything from her other than guidance and friendship. Now, that kind of stuff, we're friends, so we do things for each other, but a lot of families, it's more like, okay, I'll get you booked if you let me borrow your drag, or you paint my face, or you do this. So it's not really as good as back in the day, we're real family.
Yeah. It just doesn't happen that way. It's not like you do this for me if you do that for me. To give you an example, Lanisha sews, and she's been sewing since day one, even though she was clueless what she was doing. But she was doing something. I was like, that's more than I can do. And I'm actually very good at making, music mixes. It was like, okay, I'll do mixes for you. You can sew some shit for me.
I need a mix, by the way.
We'll talk later.
Hello. Connections.
We're
family now, bitch. Just like what y'all was talking about.
I guess you can't choose it, right?
I come from a drag family as well, and it has become like a last name game, Anybody, I want to be your drag daughter, but right here, you're a Mateo now. Good luck, And it has never been like that for me because for you too, Madan, it has been an evolution for us to grow into families, no?
Yes, it's at least for me, I built myself from the ground up. I taught myself literally everything. I had a drag mother along the way. Which is her name is Miss Kathy LaFontaine, also drag mother to Miss Cynthia LaFontaine.
Yes.
So Cynthia LaFontaine is my drag sister.
Yes, connection. She
taught me a lot of the things that I know now, and I'm very grateful for it. She's not with us right now, unfortunately. But it's a relationship that you built in, and last name doesn't mean anything. It just means that you are trying to. For me, I believe in building your own brand.
Yep.
That's it.
Yes.
Even with your last name, without your last name, you don't need my last name. You want it, you can take it, but you don't really need it. If you actually, if you want to be successful and you have the drive for it, you can build your own.
Yes. So many great gems dropped here. Thank you so much. Thank you to these gorgeous drag families for showing us. And thank you for being such a great audience. Enjoy the rest of DragCon, and thanks again.